Hello and welcome to Chuck's Culture Channel, your place for lively conversation on the lively arts in St. Louis and beyond. And my guest this time around is Emmy Award-winning, internationally acclaimed soprano, composer, and educator, Adrienne Danrich. You saw her here at Opera Theater in 2022 as Miriam in the world premiere of Tobias Picker's Awakenings, and she'll be returning to Opera Theater in 2025 to appear in another world premiere, Ricky Ian Gordon's The House. This year, though, she'll be here in St. Louis for the 4th edition of her program, Music as the Message, Love's Language, at the place you see behind me now, St. Timothy's Episcopal Church, on Sunday, November 24th at 3 p.m. The concert will have a companion live Zoom event. See the links below for details. But first, a few clips from previous editions of Music as the Message.
I am life, I am you, and you are me. We are all one.
Now, I'm going to sing some, and then you're going to sing some, and you're going to add a little bit more as we go along, so keep your learning ears on, okay? Let your little light shine, oh my Lord, 'cause there might be someone down in the valley trying to get home.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. You got a friend. All right. Now, we can take this on the road. Okay.
So as promised, here's Adrienne Danrich, and we are going to talk about Music as the Message, as I said in the intro. As we're recording this, it is November 11th, Veterans Day. It's also a few days after an election, which I think has made Music as the Message even more relevant, if possible, than it was before. Yes?
Indeed, indeed. I think that the idea of spreading love and that message of love being shared through music, I always say that you can say in music what words will never be able to accomplish because you can reach someone's heart in just a different way than me just telling you I love you. If I sing you a serenade, you know I'm really for real. And so music as a message right now is so needed for the entire country. And actually, if I dare say the world, we have people who are going to be logging in. We're doing a hybrid version of Music as a Message. I'm sure we'll get into all of those details a little later. But we have people from all over the world who've already registered to come online to view Music as a Message because our mission is simple, and that is to bring light, joy, and love into the world through community. And that community includes everyone, including the people who don't vote like me, think like me, love like me, worship like me. Music as a message is literally for everyone who wants to grab on to a piece of peace, a piece of peace
Yeah.
and love. And so we have really something on the program that will, I think everyone will resonate with. And our goal is not to preach love to anyone, it's to share love with you as opposed to talking at you. So that's why we have some sing along moments where we can all be doing the same thing at the same time and feeling the same love.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, and I should preface this by saying I'm not a Christian, but I know some of these words. It's like by your fruits you shall know them, sort of thing, right?
Absolutely. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. And that, my friend, is where I started from. I am a Christian. And I would say that my Christianity is more a relationship with Christ rather than a religion. And here
Hmm.
in New York, I go to a Presbyterian church. I was raised Catholic and I went to an Episcopal church and got confirmed in that church. So my relationship is not with a religion per se, it's with a higher power. And I'm not preaching that either, by the way, in music as a message. The message that the Bible gives us that I will say is universal, which is love thy neighbor as thyself. Put thy
Hmm.
neighbor love them the same way that you would love yourself and your family. Because right now we've gotten pods, we've podded together, Chuck. You're over there and I'm over here and we never will meet. That makes no sense to me. None at all. So if we really, really start to get the sewing machine out and sew inside of our hearts, love, peace, tranquility, not hate, division, and retribution.
Hmm.
And that is what I am feeling personally from some folks, that when you meet them, you talk to them one on one, they see you as a human. But when they talk to about the whole group of people who look like me,
Hmm.
then all of a sudden that changes. So I'm not exactly sure where that will take us. All I know is that since I began singing, especially as an adult, I assigned a mission for myself.
And I think it's really important for us to be hearing that from people who are actual Christians and who will not allow their religion to be hijacked by angry nationalist fundamentalists who, in my view, are
Mhm.
actually following an antichrist, as I see
Yes, yes.
my view.
It's kind of interesting. I was going to call this program Church After Church because I should say that this episode of Music as the Message is being dedicated to my late godmother, who was a member of St. Timothy's Church. Her name is Rosemary Bell. And she was the person who truly instilled in me a sense of spirituality. We talk to one another based on spirituality, not on church, right? And I was going to call it Church After Church to honor her belief in God. But what music as a message is much more universal. You know, I have a wonderful artist on the program who's going to be doing a mantra. She's from India and she's a pediatrician. Her name is Anu French. And
Yeah.
Anu will be singing from her tradition. And she will sing in her language and of course translating it to English, so we can all sing along. That's one of our meditation spots. But the message of music can be received by people as young as zero age. As we know about that, people playing the little Einstein while they're babies in the womb. And for people who are 90 something years old, and guess what, Chuck? They're on our program. We have a 5-year old. We have a 6-year old. We have a 92-year old who's going to be singing in the memorial choir.
Oh, great.
So it doesn't matter whether you worship, it doesn't matter if you worship. This is about music, and this is about the message that that music gives. And it all comes back to love. It all
This
comes back to love.
and this segues naturally into what I was going to talk about next, which is who you've got on the program with you, because it looks like a lot of people are involved in this, and also the different ways people can watch and listen to the program.
This program is a cast of at least maybe 60 people.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
in all of the Music as a Message programs, I like to utilize people who are singing at the Met, me, and people who are singing at La Scala, people who are singing professionally around the world, um, and people who are in the local community who might not be a professional singer, but who can bring the message. Okay. And so on my program, I won't do names because if I leave somebody off,
Yeah.
they'll be mad at me. But I will let you know that we have cast members who have sung with Opera Theater of St. Louis, who have sung on Broadway, who have sung at the Met, and who've also sung like the Muni. We have a couple of folks like that. We have some of my fellow. I was born and raised in St. Louis. I currently live in New York City. I've been here for 21 years. But I still think of St. Louis as home. I went to Visual and Performing Arts High School, Central Visual and Performing Arts High School. So I have about 5 people who also went to VAP. Um, I have a memorial choir, which is made up of people who sang in choirs with my godmother. My
Uh,
godmother, Rosemarie Bell, was one of the initiating the first members of the In Unison chorus, which was
okay.
started in the late 80s. Yes, so she sang in the In Unison chorus until she was 82 or something like
Okay.
that, and
I
then
think
she had
you
to
know what, I
stop.
should interject right here for people who are not in St. Louis and don't know the In Unison Chorus is affiliated with the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra, and it is in effect their community chorus, which involves people from all over the St. Louis area.
Yes, and so I have some members from the In Unison chorus. Aunt Rosemary and Uncle Bob were initiating members; those are my godparents of the In Unison chorus. And then I have some people who sang, like I said, with Opera Theater of St. Louis. And I will be bringing my fabulous friend and pianist Gary Mitchell Jr. I will mention him because he's the only person coming from New York outside of myself.
Ah,
And this man, he can sing, he can play. I do have our Cheryl Walker, who's a pianist from St. Louis, who will be playing for the choir, and Harry Moppins will be the conductor. And Harry just does everything. He's just fantastic. I don't know if you've heard of Harry. Yeah, he's fabulous. He sings in the In Unison program. He's a conductor for a church, and he also conducts around. He also is a supernumerary at Opera Theater of St. Louis many years. So it's going to be a great program for folks who are live. So here's the deal. Here's where we are today, Chuck.
mhm.
We have a cap of 300 seats in person. But I would just say, do not despair because we also have a Zoom room that will be open for people to come and view the concert. And the reason why I say Zoom room is not a live stream.
Ah,
They will be on a Zoom room like you and I. And we have a big screen, and we'll have the Brady Bunch squares up there where I will talk to you. As you come in, you will be either greeted by me or another cast member when you come in online. We want you to feel as much of the performance as we can to have you feel included. And I gave away we had a survey that we gave to people who were online and asked them what their experience was. This was 2 years ago. And it was overwhelmingly like they felt like they were in the room. And I
oh,
do feel like having your camera on when you come helps you to feel connected. Like, streaming is great because you get to see it, but you can also get to be cooking your meals and you can do whatever and some people still kind of do that on this music as a message too, by the way. However, the way that we've designed this is so that you are really coming in and being included inside of the experience. on the hybrid. So when you register, there are two options: general admission, or I think it says remote viewing.
Okay.
When after you sign up, you will be sent the Zoom room link.
Okay. And in fact, as you're watching this, folks, if you just look down here at the video description field, you will see links to all the information about this. So you don't have to write anything down. So join in for the love, check all the links below, and don't forget about music is the message. The message is, remember, the message is love, because without it, you're as a clanging brass and tinkling cymbal. Yes.
Come on, speak the word, Chuck. Speak it. Oh, I should also mention, I really do want to mention that we will have a light snack reception afterwards for the people who will be coming in person. And we will be having Rosamarie's special mulled wine, which she always had for every holiday. So that will be there along with other nice little treats.
Adrienne, thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to me. And everybody out there, remember Chuck's Culture Channel. I do this as a volunteer. I don't take any paid advertising. So spread the word. Let people know about us. And we'll see you next time. Adios.
Thank you.
And I'll be there. You got a friend. All right now we can take this on the road.